Okay, so a new case study, 0 to 270K first month with Shopify and ClickFunnels. This means, yes, I started from zero, nothing, zilch, scratch for a brand new general store and then built it to 270K within its first month. So let's get started. I don't like wasting time. So here's what I will go over. Product testing, stupid simple product testing formula I use. Everyone's overcomplicating things. Let me simplify it for you. And Facebook issues, hint, nothing goes as planned in ecom. I got hit by an issue I've never seen before and how I dealt with it. And then the Shopify and ClickFunnels, why I believe every Shopify owner will be using ClickFunnels to by next year. Yes, I can predict the future. Anyways, I'm sure some of you are like, show me your dashboard. I need the proof. Okay, I'll show you the proof. Give me a second. Let me bring up the screen. Alright, so here's the Shopify dashboard as always. I'm just going to go ahead and refresh the screen real quick. There we go. Okay, so just like the last update, I think we're around somewhere around this range. As you can see, there's a slight dip here, and that's when Facebook ads kind of slapped me for apparently like a suspicious payment method, which is kind of odd. I've never seen this issue happen before. But anyways, I'll tell you how I dealt with that. And then during this time, I took advantage of building a funnel on ClickFunnels. And then I transferred basically my main product sales funnel to ClickFunnels and mainly sell off of that. So you'll see a pretty sharp dip into when that happened. And also, I just made sure to diversify my traffic. As you can see, the email campaigns are down here as well. Again, I'll refresh the screen one more time. And this total of 181,000 does not include ClickFunnels. And we'll go over to that dashboard in a second. Let me get over there. All right, now we are in the ClickFunnels dashboard, as you can see here. Yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and refresh that so you can verify that. I know I mentioned like 90K. Apparently I didn't make that quite, but probably after refunds 86,000. Here we go. Cool. And the cool thing about ClickFunnels is you can upsell and downsell the living shit out of people. So average cart value $265.81, which is pretty insane. But I like insane. Anyways, let's get back to the juicy info. Alright, so what is the keep it simple, stupid formula for product testing? Let me show you on my OneNote in Microsoft because I like Microsoft and not Mac. Sorry guys for the Apple or Mac users. Alright, so here is the keep it simple, stupid formula. I test 5 to 10 products per day when starting. Yes, 5 to 10 products per day when starting. That can be through Facebook ads if you have capital and a budget built up, or if you need to run the tests on a lean budget, then you can do it with Instagram. Go over that in my course if you need to. But for this case study, I only did Facebook ads from the get-go. So I tested 5 to 10 products per day when starting. I happened to find a winning product actually within my first product that I tested. So sure, I might have been a little lucky there. But again, this is the formula I've been using time after time to make it happen. And then there's 3 levels of products. And you should have found at least one after testing 70 or so, because within a week you've tested a fair amount of products, up to 70 products, maybe even more if you're doing more than 10 products per day. So we have 3 categories of products. You have break-even or complementary products. They might bring in some dough. They'll at least help you build your list, but they're definitely not enough to quit your job or anything like that. Then you have your good products, and that can make you anywhere from 10 to 100K. Yeah, you might be able to quit your job here. These are pretty solid products. They bring in consistent revenue, but they have maybe a shorter life term campaign level. And then here you have legendary products that can bring in 6 figures or more alone on a single product. That's what you really want to aim for your winning product, if at all possible. But again, if you can find all 3 of these, you can definitely take your store to a new level, because with a legendary product, you can always pair it with some break-even or complementary products that are congruent with your legendary product. And again, it all funnels into finding your winner here, which is a result of testing 5 to 10 products per day. And I'll have a service out soon that will send 10 products per day to your inbox using my research methods. But enough of this stupid, simple formula. Let's get back to the show. Alright, Jay, but what about your Facebook ad strategy? Well, I test interest in countries first. So first, I start thinking of interest tied to the passion of the product. See if the interest exists on Facebook ads. Then start to use a suggested targeting by Facebook. Then I choose a country, region, or multiple. And then optimize for purchase conversions. And I start with auto bid for starters. And I use existing post style ads. And then I monitor results and determine winning ad sets. So let's take a look actually within Facebook Ads Manager, and I'll kind of break down this process for those that don't know how to do that. All right, so we're in the ad set level of Facebook Ads Manager. So let's go over how I would go about creating an ad for my case study. So I like to optimize for purchases off the back. Some people like to optimize again for page post engagement or video views, but again, I found that purchases work best for me. So that's what I'm going to use, purchase right here. All right. Normally I would name this something, but we're just using this as an example. So custom audiences, we're going to leave this alone, assuming that we're starting from scratch. We'll leave United States alone just because that's perfectly fine. And then I might include the major 4, which are the United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada, right? So all 4 English-speaking countries. And because they speak English, I'm just going to leave English alone. Now, again, I was in the tactical survival niche, so I shouldn't say I prefer, but I know that that men are more interested in that. So I'm actually going to dive down into the gender here. Not to say that women, aren't interested in that niche, but men tend to purchase more there. So that's what I'm going to optimize for, of course. Now, detailed targeting. So there's a lot of different targeting options I can do. So let's say I'm going to target the military first. Look at all these different suggestions for military, okay? So I can either do an interest one by one and then duplicate the ad set for each interest, or I can kind of bundle them together. Let's see, for the United States, this has a reach of 96 million people. That's quite a few people. Let's see if we uncheck this, it lowers it down to 22 million. For here, I can't say it works better with it or without it. I guess it's just one of those things you have to test. So let's take a look at some more suggestions. I like to hit this button. Again, you can start grouping things. So maybe the Army, veterans, maybe. Yeah, veterans would probably be interested in this. Soldier. Let's see. I mean, yeah, there's just so many options here with such large audiences. Police officer, United States Marine Corps. Yeah, again, test all these and see what works best for you. Just for example's sake, we're just going to select maybe one more. So Navy and Air Force. Okay, so we got the major 3 here. I guess I didn't include the Marines, but anyways, we're going to leave that as is. Again, other suggestions you might want to look into if I'm in that niche, which I am. You can look at survival. yeah, so there's people interested in survival stuff here, some smaller audiences. Survival kit. Look, this is an audience of 2 million plus. Survival film, survival skills. So look at that. I would probably separate these into different interests, but just for example's sake, we're just gonna select some more. Let's see what the suggestions come up with. Survivalism, there it is. What else? See, emergency preparedness, extreme survival, living off the grid. I like this one. Again, so many suggestion options here. You guys don't have to overcomplicate it. It really doesn't need to be complicated. There's no magical formula for targeting here. You just find relevant interests, work off the suggestions that Facebook gives to you, and then test, okay? Nothing magical there. Sorry to break it to you. Then we have automatic placements recommended. Don't do that. I typically like to do mobile only for starters. And I run Facebook and Instagram separately from each other. So for this instance, we're just going to use Facebook only. Eliminate the audience network because that can include people playing games. Probably not a great audience to click through to your website. And we're removing Messenger. So it should be only the Facebook news feed. Cool. All right, daily budget. So I get a lot of questions here on like, what should I set my budget for? Blah blah blah. Again, it's going to depend on your comfort zone and what you choose for optimization up here. The likelihood of people reaching the minimum amount of conversions per week or in a 7-day period on, let's say, a $5 budget is probably not likely. It's probably just not going to happen. So I like to spend more money to get my data faster and to be able to optimize truly for those purchase conversions. So for auto bid, I like to start anywhere between like the $20 to $40 range and kind of go from there to judge the data. So let's say for each interest, I would like to do $20. Did that update? Yes. Again, I'm not, in this example, I'm not splitting these, but if I did split these, I would want to split them for each ad set. So $20, $20, $20, $20, $20, etc. Of course, if you're going to bundle them like this, it's fine to, just do a $20 to $40 ad set. That's cool. Or if you want to spend more, go ahead. I'm nothing stopping you. Here, I prefer to optimize for conversions, at least for, a more general targeted audience. Now, conversion window, again, it's one of those areas that you just have to test. So some people like 7-day clicks and 1 day or 1 day 1 view. Some people swear by 1 day click. It's just one of those things you got to test again. So I prefer 7 days click or 1 day view for long-term campaigns. But for some reason, I generally see the 1 day click doing hotter from the get-go. So I don't know. It's just one of those things that you have to play around with. So choose whichever one you want to do. I'm going to choose this one for now. We'll leave on automatic bid because that's what I do for testing. And then I'm just going to click continue and create a page post ad. So hopefully that was helpful just to walk through that process with you guys. I'm going to switch back to the other screen. All right, so we're back to Facebook ad strategy part 2. So now that I've walked you through testing interests and countries first, then we'll want to set up dynamic product ads, retargeting ads for view content, but not add to cart, and add to cart, but did not purchase. That's what I do after I begin testing, because we want to retarget the people that might have visited our site but didn't quite finish the purchase. Retargeting is an absolute must. If you're not doing it, you are stupid. I'm sorry, you are stupid. The second one, set up retargeting ads for 95% video viewers. You can do that in the audience section. and then create lookalike audiences for the 95% video viewers from 1%, 2%, 3%, all the way up to 10%, okay? Pretty simple to do. Create lookalike audiences of purchasers from 1 to 3%, all the way up to 10%, and lookalike audiences of add to cart. And you can even do view content as well for the lookalikes too. Again, more audiences to test with. They kind of create like an evergreen funnel of people, because you have your general targeted interests and countries, and then after you create that custom audience, you can create lookalikes that are similar to these, and they don't need interests when you're targeting or using the ad. So again, test all audiences, determine the winners on AutoBid, and then move them over into a new campaign for manual bidding. At least that's my preference. I then break down the data via the breakdown column in Facebook ads and create new campaigns and ad sets targeting the best performing audiences. Again, it's important to utilize the data that you have. I'm a data-driven person, and data is everything for here for Facebook ads. All right, moving forward. Oh, yeah, so in the video I mentioned that Facebook kind of slapped me out of nowhere. One day I just kind of woke up to find this. It said payments disabled. For your security, we've temporarily disabled Facebook payments. Please contact us to turn it back on. So what did I do? Of course, I went out to Facebook to contact them. And here was their canned response. And I do want to mention that Facebook slapped my payment methods across my entire business manager. So whatever card I was using for, I guess I use the same card sometimes for multiple businesses. So it kind of just slapped everything out of my account, which was kind of detrimental because it just killed everything. Anyways, here's their canned response. Thanks for contacting Facebook. Keeping your personal and financial information safe is important to us, since it looks like this card may have been associated with suspicious or fraudulent activity. I've gone ahead and permanently removed it from your account. Great, right? Considering I've been using these cards for quite some time now. And if you still like to buy things on Facebook, I recommend contacting your bank so they can send you a new card. Wow, sounds like a great solution, right, guys? Once you receive it, you can follow these instructions and add it to your account. Of course, you would just add the payment, and then then they have this silly survey that you can let them know how irritated you are with them. Again, canned response here. We don't want the canned responses. Unfortunately, sometimes that's all we get. But I found that if you reach out to them, multiple times, sometimes they'll send you a non-canned response. So just to reiterate, kind of like what I had to fill out. Here's what they present me with. Of course, you provide your card details. Of course, I'm the owner of the payment, and of course, I've used the payment method throughout my account. And apparently, I was speaking with their support. You can only have a card on 10 accounts total. So you can only have the same card on 10 accounts total, according to their rules. I don't believe I actually went past that limit, but I don't know. Maybe I did. And is there any difference in the region listing on your billing address? Of course not. And then are there any additional details? I mentioned that I've used this card before in all of my ad accounts, and I've been using it for quite some time. Anyways, let's keep moving forward. You want to make sure you use this link very liberally. But the thing is that it only is applicable for Facebook business hours. And even during Facebook hours, you might not be able to get this particular pop-up here. But try to only contact them within their Facebook business hours. And then you should be able to fill out this form and actually get someone to speak with directly on Facebook Messenger. So that is the way to get it resolved. I tried for several days. I'm guessing a lot of people got slapped at the same time with me, or just tons of people, contacting Facebook at the same time. I know if they're overwhelmed, they'll close this off. But again, hit this link, and I'll provide it below in the description so that you guys can use it. And guess what, guys? I actually had to do this process twice. So once they reinstated my payments, I had to do it again. So here is their kind of canned response to approving my payment method again. And it basically states that I had to edit again. But they were able to fix the issue. But again, as I mentioned before, they slapped me again for no reason, and then I had to do the same process over again. So that was a good, I think it was about a 2-week span, because there's time that they review it. Even if you contact the support, it does take time. So it's not an immediate resolution, unfortunately. So yeah, that put a hamper in my business. But with any business, you face hiccups and you move forward, right? At least I do. I don't let these obstacles get in my way. And of course, it's important to diversify your traffic so you can continue making income like I did. Anyways, let's move forward. Big question, ClickFunnels versus Shopify. I want to talk about ClickFunnels first because it's fantastic. And I believe every Shopify user will be using ClickFunnels in the future, or at least some type of hybrid. All right, so ClickFunnels is highly optimizing customized product pages with 2-step checkout, all on the same page. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Shopify's checkout process, but it's like a 3 separate page checkout that customers have to go through. So it's quite painfully long, as opposed to on ClickFunnels, you can literally have this 2-step order form all on one page, and you can even have the product page in conjunction with it. So again, their conversion rates are exponentially better than Shopify. Now, the cool thing about ClickFunnels is that you can do upsells and downsells after they purchase with a simple click or tap. That means they don't have to enter their payment details again. They can literally click yes, add to my order, and it automatically adds it to their order and charges them. So this obviously increases your average order value exponentially. If you guys want this particular funnel that I'm using, feel free to hit the link below and make sure you already have a ClickFunnels account. If you don't, then register at the link below, and then you'll be able to import it into your ClickFunnels account. Let's see, ClickFunnels, more of it. Running free, just pay shipping. Now, the cool thing about ClickFunnels is that it increases conversions with squeeze pages, and you can choose whether you not want to collect emails here. It's a great way to qualify people who land on your page that they genuinely are interested. I've had great success with this using Instagram in particular with ClickFunnels. It's a great way to build your list in a very fast and efficient manner. Again, if you want the particular funnel template that I'm using, just import it into your account with the link below. Now let's talk about it some more. So who is ClickFunnels for and when should it be used? So the first case is when I want to sell a single product or a very small line of products, say 3 maximum like this case study. And when I want to sell a digital product, so there's no reason to not use ClickFunnels for this purpose, or if you want to sell other people's product as an affiliate. And third reason, when I want to sell both a digital product and have a membership course on ClickFunnels. I'm sure some of you are aware that I do have a course and it is on ClickFunnels. The fourth reason, when I want to run a hybrid method of using both ClickFunnels and Shopify in conjunction, ClickFunnels to capture leads and then send them to the Shopify store to purchase. Now, there are some other reasons why you might want to use ClickFunnels. It's even better for like brick and mortar stores, all sorts of different industries. I think people should really be utilizing ClickFunnels. It's just so high converting. All right, next one. So, ClickFunnels, coming from a Shopify user. First, I wasn't a believer initially. I was skeptical like most people out there would be. But you don't know what you don't know, and after giving it a whirl for one of my best-selling products, I became an immediate believer. So, see now why people think it may be called a cult. The conversions are significantly better, and the ability to one-click upsell allows you to raise your average order value, just like I spoke of. So, why are the conversions better? Well, it's easily customizable and comes out of the box with great converting templates to work with. So even if you're not using like my templates, the ones that ClickFunnels provides are pretty solid as is already. So just drop, drag, and change up images and text. And I also think having the ability to have multiple call to action button helps a ton too. And Shopify only has one, and usually it's sometimes it's below or I should say above the description. So when people scroll down on their mobile devices, they got to scroll back up, which can be a pain. So combined with some timers for a sense of urgency, and you're golden if you have a great product. Probably even convert better even if you have an okay product for that matter. And let's not forget about the checkout process too. So you can easily eliminate all unnecessary fields. And the more fields, the more work for visitors equals less conversions. So by cutting the crap out, you are boosting your conversions, and you can even do a two-step form like I just showed you, making it easier for the customer if you are selling a physical or digital product. And again, you can remove shipping fields because they don't need anything if you're selling a digital product. So on top of all this, it's easy as ever to integrate different software with ClickFunnels, especially email. So you make sure to set up your email sequences to the leads you are capturing. Now, Shopify. Let's move on to why I love Shopify. Shopify feels like that first love of your life, and it was mine. So out of the box, Shopify comes with a distinct plans to fit your needs. I would say it depends on the income you expect your store to make to reduce credit card processing fees. And it's beyond the super reasonable and affordable payment plans. It's a solid platform with great uptime. Never had any issues with my site crashing outside of the one incident back in October 2016 where there was a worldwide DOS attack and major servers just came all crashing down. So considering some major celebrities trust and use Shopify for their stores, your store is definitely in good hands when it comes to a massive wave of traffic. If Kylie Jenner can handle it, then I'm 100% certain that all of your stores will be perfectly fine. Now, speaking of waves, do you know what site can cause massive wave of traffic notorious for causing sites to crash? Reddit, the self-proclaimed front page of the internet, crashed my site when I was using WordPress plus WooCommerce for my store in the past. Never again, that's lost sales there. But the real reason I love Shopify is because just like ClickFunnels, it's incredibly easy to use. It's not drop and drag, but the free themes and paid themes you can grab out there are pretty decent for conversions by default. Again, not as good as ClickFunnels, but Shopify has done quite a few studies to make sure their checkout process is at least decent. And as I mentioned before, the dashboard and backend of Shopify is fantastic. Not to mention it comes with a free app for your phone that has that notorious cha-ching sound every time you make a sale. For me, it never gets old, but sometimes I gotta turn it off, while watching a movie, or it drives my lady nuts. So, it's easy to have multiple products and collections, categories, you name it, that you find in most standard e-commerce stores. So unlike ClickFunnels, where you need to, stick with 1, 2, or 3 products and very few variants, if any, with Shopify, you can have that standard store layout. That's good for that. And it also comes loaded with an SSL for your site, which is an absolute must for your security of your customers. And Shopify, mind you, is definitely my testing ground where I test all those products every day. and then I move them over to ClickFunnels when I determine a winner. So Shopify also makes one-tap integration with many other companies possible, and that's pretty, amazing how many companies they're able to integrate with. So sales channels such as Pinterest, Facebook Messenger, Amazon, and even BuzzFeed, among many others, are available to you. And since Shopify is a public traded company and has a bright future, I'll be using them for ages to come, as I find it to be an absolute necessity for my e-com business. And being in the top 1% of all Shopify stores, I mean serious business. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. See you guys later. You can take the free information and, of course, implement today. It's all about implementing and taking action. Those are the people that succeed. If you need more guidance, then you can, of course, peep my course, dropshiplegacy.com. I'll see you guys on another video in the future. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that, the subscribe button to subscribe. Yeah. Anyways, peace.